When people say they want to leave, let them go. Soldier go, soldier come, barrack remain. No genuine work of God has a vacuum. As your ministry grows, start reducing the way you give transport to people to come to church. Even some of you pastors have problem. How can somebody be choir master for 10 years? He's a fellow overseer now. A father that cannot identify with a child when he's going through trial is not a father. I can't identify with my son because he has a divorce case. Then I turn my back on him. The Bible says, no. In ministry, there are 4 categories of men every preacher will meet. 2 are dangerous. 2 are gifts. Every minister, number 1, we meet the Jacob kind of men. The Jacob kind of men, when they come to your ministry, they are multipliers. Anything you give them, they multiply it. Anything you give them, they increase it. They are assets. You give them an assignment, they think of innovation. In fact, they push your vision to the next level. You are asking, how did you come up with this? I think this will be better. They use their own resources to see that the work is going on. Laban said in Genesis 30 verse 27, he said, I have learned by experience that God has blessed me because of you. The Jacob kind of men are people, when they enter the system, they carry the work like their own. You can go to bed and sleep and know that these ones, they don't need supervision. The Jacob kind of men are men, you see. But the problem with the Jacob kind of men is that take care of them. If you can't take care of them, they will go. If you start using them, they will go. There are people that hear voices to live, not voice of God, voice of hunger. When I'm saying this, when I'm saying taking care of people, I mean those who are productive people. Not somebody just sit down, is not doing anything, is expecting much. 5 years of meat in a place. The other day, God's servant, Papa Oyedik, was sent out some young men and they were angry. I said, you can't raise people. You can't do anything. They should leave you. They should leave. What has the man done? It's his vision. You are not productive. He said, go. Don't be a lazy person and hide under, oh, Papa said it, they should take care of pastors. You should be productive. The Jacob kind of people are people that are multipliers. Can I surprise you? The Jacob kind of people. Jacob had access. Access. These are men that when they come into your system, they take it from point A to point B. The Jacob kind of men. I see the Lord giving you such men. You see, impact is not just being available, it's being valuable. Availability is not valuability. There are people that are available but no value. The Jacob kind of man. Look at what Jacob was doing for Laban. He was increasing his flocks. They are multipliers. Number 2, the Jonah kind of man. When you have the Jonah kind of man, even the little you have gathered, you lose it. Sir, the Jonah kind of men, Jonah chapter 1 verse 4 to 6. The Jonah kind of men are people that will be in a system and they'll be causing crisis and you won't trace it to them. The wind was boisterous, Jonah was sleeping. They are there sleeping, but you don't know the danger their presence is causing. You'll be shocked to discover that the crisis you have experienced in that work is traceable to this elder you trusted, this deacon you trusted. Especially when you're in a commission where people prioritize committee over ordained ministers, over preachers of the gospel. Committee can make you commit crime, according to the Archbishop. When Jonah is in your assignment, because Jonah, something follows him. There are people you make head of department. There's something following them from home. Nothing works in their hand. Business doesn't work. School, they couldn't finish. Trade, they couldn't finish. Even department, they can't handle. The reason why God brought them, I know you say, Apostle, God brought them so that the power can change them. But they are too rebellious. Are you aware that even Jonah was challenging God? When Jonah is in your system, they have no respect for anybody. They will challenge the system. They will say, even this system cannot change me. When a leader says that and you hear it, he said, go, if you like, go and tell pastor. Remove that person. Are you following what I'm saying? If you like, go and tell pastor what will happen. Remove that person. Highest pastor will do is that I will leave. Please go. Go. When people say they want to leave, let them go. Soldier go, soldier come, barrack remain. People left the police force. Has it closed? People left Nigerian army. Has it closed? People left politics. Has it stopped? Go. No genuine work of God has a vacuum. Everyone that replaces who lives does better than who lives. I can talk from experience. Go. Anyone that makes people believe that you cannot call them to order should be called to order publicly. Or else you are breeding continuous rebellion. You cannot be an authority if you don't submit to authority. Even the president of America submits to previous presidents. This arrogance that nobody can talk to you. Are you aware that even the president has a baba? Somebody will say, Mr. President, put your head where? Mr. President, put your head where? Jonas, when they're in your system, they are so crafty. They'll be around you. Jonah was sleeping. The wind was boisterous. Jonah was sleeping. When Jonah is around you, you will be shocked that the rebellion is traced to him. Yet he's smiling at you. You will be shocked how discussions you had with him went outside. This thing, who leaked it outside? It was you and I that spoke. Daddy never, not me. Daddy never. But there's nobody else that I will swear. That's a Jonah. The ones you have gathered. The Bible said all the mariners began to throw away their wares. What they are labored for. What they have struggled for. When Jonah is there, you'll be surprised. People that loved you are walking out of the system. You are wondering what is going on. Jonah said, I'm close to him. Leave this thing. I know what is going on. It's not what you are thinking. They are there in the system. Jonah, I command you, leave the boat of God's people. 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 John chapter 13 verse 2. Can you read this loud and clear? 1, 2, go. Supper being ended, the devil now put in the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. The third is the Judas kind of people. But there's something I want you to see there. Okay, bring up that scripture again. Let me show you something. Please read it loud and clear. And supper being ended, the devil put to the Judas kind of people, when they can no longer chop. When supper ends, their loyalty ends. When chopping, when benefits end, as your ministry grows, start reducing the way you give transport to people to come to church. Start reducing it. Start reducing giving people transport to church. You don't buy commitment. Those people pay their transport to village for New Yam Festival. They pay their transport to meetings. August meeting, they even buy rapper. Let me tell you something. I don't give money to emotions. I give money to vision. I did that and it cost me a lot of problems. And so Lord, I said, why is this happening? The Lord said, you are supporting emotions. Don't support emotion, support vision. When Judas stopped eating the context here is not just food, it's benefit. They remove you from being head of choir because of that crisis. We say we have tenure. 2 years, 3 years after that, let's get a new choir leader. You became angry. Why would they remove you? No, even some of you pastors have a problem. How can somebody be choir master for 10 years? He's a fellow overseer now. That's assistant general overseer because he already has an authority. 10 years, 12 years from day one, he has been your choir leader. You can't change him. When their benefits stop, they are loyal to their benefits, not to the system. Judas was with Jesus, yet he was in liaison with the chief priest. He was in liaison with the scribes. He was in liaison. Anyone that's a leader that is in close connection with those that don't believe in your authority, that is already a test. You don't keep such people. You don't keep them one day. For you as a leader, even the Bible tells us to cast off some people. It says, I have nothing to do with them. Read Matthew 18. You see, some people are so religious, they are not spiritual. In an heretic, after the first and second admonition, avoid. Matthew 18 from verse 16, he says, if you have a crime against a brother, he said, go and meet him. If you not hear thee, take with you one or more people. Verse 17 says, if you not hear thee, take with you the church. And if he refuse to listen to you after you take the church, hear what he says. He says, let him be unto thee as a hidden man and a publican. When Judas was liaising, Judas walks to them. What's the Pharisees say? Jesus, he said, he's so powerful. He's so powerful. We can't arrest him. He said, we can't arrest who? We can go and catch him. He's a human being. Seize him. Nothing will happen. I slept with him. I sleep down with him. I hold his hand. We sleep on the same bed. We eat. I ate with him. I saw him take his bike. He's a human being. He cannot do nothing. He can't do nothing. Go and get him. Go and get him. Oh. I'm coming. Oh, Jesus is calling me. You finished talking with Jesus? Master, are you aware the only time we heard Judas' voice has to do with transaction? No prayer, no passion, transaction. And was even indirectly questioning the authority of Jesus. Somebody was honoring Jesus. Judas said, why? Can't we give to the poor? You hear somebody in your system say, why are we worshiping men? Can we worship God? Is pastor God? Is pastor God? To him, is sounding nice. That's what Judas was doing. Is pastor God? Was he pastor all the time? Pastor's birthday is coming up. Pastor, this one is coming up. Pastor's wife. Is pastor God? I came to worship God. I'm only loyal to God. Is God I'm loyal to. He demystifies. He reduces the value of that man who put him there before those he is sent to represent. Any assignment you give him is seeking his own. The Bible says not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. There are some people that you give assignment, they can only take it serious when they benefit from it. Once they are not benefiting from it, they are casual with it. So we must understand that when Judah kind of people are in a system, it's crisis. Nothing is ever enough. No honor given to them is enough. They gave Judas their purse. Their purse. I'm sure he was stealing. The Bible called him in John chapter 12 verse 6 a thief. Not saying this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. Look at it. I want to show you what the Bible says so that you know that Judas was stealing under the days of Jesus. He said this not because he cared 2 cents. 2 cents is an English word. Like when they say you don't give a damn. Okay. He said this not because he cared 2 cents about the poor, but because he was a thief. Now listen to this. He was in charge of their common funds, but also embezzled them. Look at Amplify. Now he said this not because he cared about the poor, for he had never cared about them, but because he was a thief. Since he had the money box, serving as treasurer for the 12 disciples, he used to pilfer. He used to pilfer what was put into it. Not that he cared for the poor, he was a thief. And since he was in charge of the disciples' money, he often stole some. Now, I like the TPT. When I was going through translation, this one described it more. Watch this. In fact, Judah had no heart for the poor. He only said this because he was a thief and in charge of the money case. He would steal money whenever he wanted from the funds given to support Jesus' ministry. If it doesn't pass through him so that he can get from it, it is wrong. If it doesn't pass through him so that he can get from it. There are people, if something does not pass through them for them to benefit, they'll make sure it doesn't work. It has to pass through them. It's either they withdraw themselves from being participatory or they condemn the process of it. And you think it's because they want order and structure. No, it didn't pass through them. How many of you believe the word of God? So that whatever we are reading is our compass, it's our manual. I didn't write that. When Judas is in a system, His personality concept. I, me, myself. Doesn't pass through them. Thief. And everything he did was to see how the ministry of Jesus. Anyone that reduces the value you have before the people over you, reduces the value. I see light coming your way. I see light coming your way. I see light coming your way. The fourth kind of people are the Joseph kind of people. The Joseph kind of men, they are organizers. The Joseph kind of people are people that cannot hurt you. You are their priority. Not the work now. You. Genesis 39 from verse 2 to 5. Potiphar handed over everything to Joseph. And he said, the Lord was with him and made him a prosperous man. He was in the house of his master. So long he was connected to his master, he prospered. Verse 3. His master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord made all he did to prosper in his hand. The Joseph kind of people don't take advantage. The wife offered herself. The Joseph kind of people say, no, I can't do this to my boss. No. He said, this one is not called sin. It's called wickedness. The Joseph kind of people are people that are ready to cover up. Not cover up evil, but cover up lapses. And nobody will hear about it. Forget all this preaching on the altar of integrity, purity, integrity. If you get close to some of them, you are going to see cockroach everywhere. Jesus had 12, right? No, he had 70. Dropped to 12. From 12 to how many? Those he drew to himself. Do you know why? Do you know why he had those 3? If you read Matthew 26, I think from verse 37. Matthew 26 from verse 37. 1 to go. And he took with him Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee, James and John, and began to be very sorrowful and heavy. 38. They said to them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry here. This is a man they have seen raise the dead. They have seen him manifest dimensions of the supernatural. Now his humanity, he was sorrowful. He allowed them see his vulnerability. He says, it's like I'm going to die. It's like I'm going to die. The way I'm feeling now. I don't know, I'm afraid. I'm worried. He drew them because he knew even when they see him at that state, nobody will hear it. He knew that even if they see him at that vulnerable state, Joseph will see his boss and the wife exchanging blows. And when he walks out, nobody will hear it. No wonder he drew James, John, and Peter. Son of God was sorrowful. He's up to death. It's up to death. And they're looking at him. He said, look at this. At this point, it's like these people are coming for me. These people are coming for me. How many people around you in the assignment God has given you can you open up to? He says, I'm talking to you now. I've not paid my house rent. There's no food in my house. I'll say, Daddy, wait. And they come. He gets something, and at the end, he still kneel down in public for you to lay hands on him. He will still be the one to say, it's my father. I love my pastor. He will still kneel down in public. You will still rebuke him, and he keeps quiet. You are preaching divine provision, and it doesn't say provision, but I just gave you food. That's why I always tell God to give you people who will see your humanity and accept it. I pray for you. God will give you people with human hearts. I'm not sure anybody's getting something. He was sorrowful. Sorrowful. I'm telling you, for you to get, you see, you will remain the same person except for the friends you keep and the books you read. Information and relationship is what determine your next level. Information and relationship. Who you meet, who meets you. You remain on the same spot where you hang around people. There are people today that are, hey, now everything you they talk. Is it everything you see mean that you just say? Even what I just saw, a guy is sleeping, or Papa is sleeping. Is he praying? No, there's not praying, he's sleeping. Is it everything you say? A young man left a pastor, was talking to me about the pastor. He did this, he did it. And I asked him, did he tell you to tell me? This thing you are saying now, did he send you as an errand to tell me? He fought with his wife. Even the wife, did they tell you to come and tell me? What do I need this your information for? Suleman, come. If I see my son, and I come to him, I say, you see my son? I meet you now. I say, this is my son. He's proud. He's not. He's a good son. He's proud. He's arrogant. He's this. He's that. He's it. And that. And I tell you, that information, has it increased your spiritual life? No. Does it bless you? When I say, see that my son, say, yeah, wow. He prays. He loves the Lord. He separates himself for retreats. He spends time with God. All of this I'm saying is inspiring you. You know, I keep telling God, Father, please, may Satan not use me. May Satan not use me. Because Satan can be using you. You can open up your mind and Satan uses you. As soon as you are leaving the pulpit, Satan uses you. It happened to Peter. In one day, God used him, Satan used him. Peter was the first man that was used by two entities in less than 10 minutes. Who do men say I am? Thou art the Christ, Son of the living God. Flesh and blood has not revealed this to you. So there are revelations that come by flesh and blood. He said, but this one, he said, my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. Same breath, Jesus said, I'm going to leave this world. I'm going to be killed. Peter said, you can never be killed. We will not let it happen. He's turned by saying, you are Satan. Get thee behind me. Same moment. In all your desires, Satan will not use you. When we do not talk about the ills, let me tell you this. When a man is living in error, you don't attack his message. You think of reconciling him back to God so that he can repair his damage. What do I mean? Somebody comes and he does one or two things. He's acting somehow. You come out. You are attacking him. You are attacking him. You are not helping him. You say you want to save the people. How many can you save? He has done damage there. Next week he will do another damage. 1 week I do another damage. The best to reconcile the man. Let him come and start correcting all the errors. A father that cannot identify with a child when he's going through trial is not a father. He's not a father. I can't identify with my son because he has a divorce case. Then I turn my back on him. The Bible says, no. I'll call two of them. Let's talk. I'm being attacked because of you. But forget about that. That's the price of fatherhood. What happened? We don't have fathers like that. A person makes a mistake. They just block his line. You are not a father. Because if that person is perfect, he doesn't need a mentor. With all their imperfections, they come. We are given 2 Corinthians 5:18, the ministry of reconciliation. Dr. Chidi, God will bless you. He said, come with the weaknesses. Come. Come as you are. When we handle you for 1 month, I didn't stand on this. I didn't do deliverance service for a long time. And I asked people, I said, many of you came here with spirit husbands, but now it's gone. They raised their hand. The word of God was so strong. Intimacy was strong. Spirit husband divorced them. You don't win people by condemning them. These young men, their heart is iron. Are you aware that some young men doing practices now? If you tell them, Apostle Suleman is loving God and God is blessing him, guess what they'll tell you to defend themselves? You know what he didn't do before? All of them are the same. Oh God, we are not the same. Oh. We are not the same. Do you know what Adeboye did before? He didn't do evil. Oh, when they were growing up, do you know the kind of place they went to? We go nowhere. We never went anywhere. We followed Jesus. So do it on your own. That's why I get angry when I see people from tribes say, we are Igbos. Igbos don't bow down for anybody. You are arrogant. Arrogance is not a tribe, it's a person. Arrogance is not a tribe, it's a person. There are Igbos that are humble. They are humble. So stop being arrogant and you see one person and that becomes your prototype. Am I communicating here? And there are many of us today who lack Joseph. People that we can even give access to our house. Joseph entered the master. Even the wife's bedroom I was cleaning. He had been doing that before. But kept that. You know, I'm praying a prayer for you. That the God of heaven will bring your way Josephs into the church. Josephs into departments. Josephs in your workforce. If you're also in business, Joseph among your staff. Josephs who will stand with you. Josephs who will stand with you. Josephs who will stand with you. Josephs who will stand with you.